All right, let's dive into a feeling that's, well, it's kind of weird, but it's also way more common than you'd think. We're talking about that strange sense of emptiness that can hit you right after you've achieved something huge. So let's figure out why that big win can sometimes feel so hollow.
Seriously, think about it for a second. You finally cross that finish line, you land the promotion you've been working for, you launch that massive project, and then, instead of pure joy, it's just quiet, kind of hollow. If any of that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. There's actually a name for this.
It's called the achievement paradox. You know, that experience where the thing you wanted so badly, the trophy you finally won, ends up casting this weird shadow of doubt. And honestly, just giving it a name can be a relief, right? It proves it's not just you. It's a real psychological thing. So what exactly is this paradox? Well, it's that deep, confusing emotional letdown that shows up right after what was supposed to be a moment of total triumph. You expected to feel on top of the world, but instead, you just feel flat? It's kind of like climbing a giant mountain. You expect this breathtaking, incredible view at the top, but when you get there, all you see is fog. Now, this is not a sign that you're a failure or that you're ungrateful, not at all. It's just a huge mismatch between what you thought you'd feel and what you're actually feeling. But here's the thing. Why do some people get hit with this feeling so much harder than others? A lot of the time, it really comes down to the way you think. It seems like this paradox has a favorite target, the deep, complex thinker. So what does it mean to be a complex thinker? Let's see if this sounds like you. You're ambitious, for sure. You're analytical. But you're not just happy ticking boxes off a list. You have to know the why behind what you're doing. You're on a hunt for genuine meaning, not just results. And this right here is the most important part. That empty feeling, it's not a bug in your system, it's a feature. It's a really powerful signal from your own mind. It's almost like our brains are wired to get a bigger thrill from anticipating the win than from actually getting it. Once the chase is over, that thrill just vanishes. Your mind is basically telling you, hey, that goal, it wasn't really aligned with what truly drives you. That signal is pointing directly at the root of the problem. You were chasing a hollow goal, and understanding what makes a goal hollow is the absolute key to making sure this doesn't happen again. So a hollow goal, it's usually driven by what other people think. You're chasing praise, a fancy title, or just someone's approval. It doesn't have a personal why attached to it, no deep reason that actually connects to you. The entire focus is on the finish line, the outcome, and you completely ignore all the growth and learning that's happening along the way. At its core, it's just disconnected from your values. It's all about what you get, not who you become. Okay, so if hollow goals are the problem, then what's the solution? Well, the antidote is learning how to build what we call deep goals. And this is where we make the shift from just chasing accomplishments to actually building a meaningful life. This chart just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Over on the left, you have the hollow goal. It's driven by all the shoulds in your life, a frantic race for someone else's approval. But on the right, you've got the deep goal. This is powered by your internal musts, the things you just have to do. The focus here is on the journey, on feeling fulfilled inside, and, most importantly, on the person you're becoming along the way. So how do we actually do this? It's really a three-step process. First, you have to look inward. Get super clear on your core values. What really matters to you when you strip away everyone else's expectations? Second, connect your goals to that deeper purpose. Find your why. And third, you've got to shift your focus to the process itself. Celebrate the learning, the effort, the growth, not just the finish line. Which brings us to the real prize in all of this. Because it's not the achievement itself. No, it's something way more profound and way more lasting. This quote just says it all. The true reward for going after a deep, meaningful goal is how you change in the process. It's the resilience you build, the wisdom you gain, the character you forge. That is the prize that no one can ever take away from you, and it's a prize that will never, ever feel hollow. So, this all leaves us with a pretty big question to reflect on. Maybe instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? A much better question is, what kind of journey do I want to be on? Who do I want to become? And maybe that's the ultimate goal right there. It isn't just to complete the journey, but to become the kind of person who is strong enough, wise enough, and fulfilled enough to make that journey in the first place. Thanks for tuning in.